Mercury and Venus are, what is this, 5? 5 and 17 Aquarius. So Mercury trines his Jupiter. Venus trines Venus at 17 Aquarius, trines his Neptune. Let's see, Uranus, we've got Uranus. Neptune, where's her Pluto? Pluto's at 15 Leo. So Pluto conjunctions are not unusual, especially when people are closer in age. We wouldn't use that. But Pluto is hooked up tight in his chart. Pluto at 15 Leo here. It's going to sextile his Uranus. It's going to sextile his Jupiter. And it's going to trine his moon. So right here, let me just circle these. I had a lot of stuff going on with these two. So let me circle these planets in her chart so this is a little easier to read. So her Sun connects to his chart. His Venus connects to his chart. Her Mercury connects to his chart. Her Jupiter connects to his chart. Her Neptune connects to his chart. Her Saturn connects to his chart. Her Pluto connects to his chart. Her Uranus connects to his chart. Her moon's at 0 Sag. Even her moon connects to his chart because her moon here trines his Pluto, right? And does her ascendant or her midheaven connect to his chart? So her ascendant is 24 Scorpio. What does he have going on at this degree? Anything? Well, yeah. So her ascendant at 24 Scorpio, which is going to be here, which will be his IC and opposes MC, also trines his Cancer planets and squares his Mars. So literally every single part of her chart connects to his. Now, what is different, well, let me come back to that in a second. So there's that, right? Now compare all of this to this. This woman literally has, without the ascendant and descendant and midheaven, we don't have the angles, but even with just planetary connections, look at all this, right? Even with just planetary connections, there's only 2 here compared to every single planet in Ivana's chart connecting to Donald. So right there tells you that this right here, this is not a love match. This is not a marriage, and this should not have been a sustainable marriage, except, ouch, that with her 10th house Mercury, Venus, and her 2nd house Pluto connecting to his chart, this had to have been an arranged marriage. This was a financial dealing for her, and him as well. That's the only way this partnership could have succeeded between these two with this particular chart, especially with 29 Leo rising. Now, remember all of this, and let's change the angles. Now, if we change this and we put 2 Virgo rising on the ascendant, well, all of these planetary connections stay the same, right? This is the same either way. But now what we're specifically looking for are contacts between these degrees, right? So 2 Virgo rising, what does she have at 2 Virgo rising? Well, guess what? We don't have anything at 2 Virgo rising, but we certainly have the Sun and Mars move this over here at 1 and 6 Pisces, clustered right there around that 7th house. Now, what about his midhaven, right? So his midhaven is 28 Taurus. Does she have anything at 28 Taurus? Well, we have the notes there, and I'm not real big on using the notes for synastry contacts. All right, so we don't see anything with his midhaven, so this is not about status or career. This is very much about partnering, right? So let's get rid of that. And what about his 10th house, or rather her 10th house and her 7th house? So her 10th house is right here. Okay, it's 14 Virgo. Do we have anything at 14 Virgo in his chart? No, we don't. The closest thing we have is Uranus at 17. Okay, so her ascendant's 24, her midhaven is 14 Virgo, so her midhaven squares his Uranus, okay, which is also going to be one more contact over here, but this is so glopped up, we're not going to add more stuff to that. They got tons of stuff going on. And her ascendant is 24, 25 Scorpio. So does he have anything at 24, 25 Scorpio? Well, he has Mars at 26. He's got Venus, well, Venus and Saturn around that degree, right? So for her, we're going to put his Mars here at 26 Leo. And his Venus Saturn will trine that. '25, 23. Okay. And what do we say about her midhaven? All right, let me move this down. It's just too much stuff up here. So we're going to put his Uranus in Gemini at 17. Scoring her midhaven. So here's what I want you guys to really focus on, right? So we see, oh good Lord, it looks like a train wreck, right? So one of the things that we see is this ton of aspects between these charts. More specifically, the aspects between the ascendant and descendant in these charts, in addition to all of these planetary aspects that these guys are sharing. And their planetary aspects are here in green. So let me fix this. All these colors, I know. All right, so we've got this and this, right? And all of this together, okay? Got all of this. So we've got all of these aspects going on between the charts, okay, no matter which time we're using. So whether it is Leo rising or Virgo rising, either way, they've got a ton of aspects back and forth between the charts for Ivana, the first wife, and Donald. Everything here marked in green is a shared aspect between Donald and Ivana's planets, and more importantly, if we get rid of everything here, all their aspects, right? Give me 1 second. Clean this up just a little bit. Let's say we get rid of all the interplanetary aspects and we just look at the angles, and they've got a ton